Hey there, happy Thursday. So, what I'm plating tonight is some good old spaghetti squash. Yep. So, I've already cut it in half. I baked it in the oven. I forked it, fluffed it out, and that's what it looks like. So, here's the empty spaghetti squash shell. And what I'm doing is I'm taking it and I'm sauteing what I baked in the pan with a little bit of soy-free butter, a little bit of oil, not much at all. And this pan is a really good pan that don't need a lot. And so I'm sauteing it, and I'm going to add in, I'm going to make this almost like a spaghetti. So I'm going to add, I'm one-handing it again, y'all. I'm going to add in a little bit of pesto, vegan pesto. I'm going to add in, you know, my favorite, I'm going to add in some wonderful mushrooms there. I'm going to add in a little bit of this garlic. I'll show you guys the container. It's like a garlic sauce, give it a little flavor. And I'm going to add a little bit of my Heinz and Brines roasted veggie seasoning. You know, I got a little bit of garlic powder. A little bit of garlic powder I'm going to add to it. And turn the fire down on it, and I'm going to just kind of toss it together. That's what I'm doing. So this is spaghetti squash, and I'm tossing it with the mushrooms, the pesto, and that's what it looks like. Okay, I'm gonna zoom in for y'all so y'all can see. So I'm gonna take my spatula so I can really work it through. It's already cooked. Again, I baked it in the oven. This is actually a very small squash. So I baked it in the oven probably for about maybe 30 minutes. Cut it in half and seasoned it a little bit, put a little oil on it, and put it in the oven. And now I fluffed it out of the shell, and now I'm just sauteing it in the pan with some mushrooms and a little pesto. So I'm going to turn this fire down a little bit. Just a touch, just a little bit. Turn it down just a little bit. I don't want it to burn. I'm just trying to cook all the veggies all the way through. I think I'm going to add a little more pesto because I love pesto. I do. So I'm going to add a little bit more of the pesto in there. I love pesto. So I'm going to add a little bit. Make sure it gets all in there while the mushrooms kind of cook down, as you can see. See the mushrooms cooking? My good old mushrooms. And can anybody take a wild guess what I'm going to add next into this? See how it looks? That's spaghetti squash. See how it's stringy like spaghetti? If you cook it a little too much, it gets mushy. So if you saute it, like I'm doing, that's kind of like cooking it extra. It will get a little mushy, but that's okay. I kind of like mine mushy a little bit. It's all right. So y'all know what I'm gonna add next. Sorry about that. I'm going to, of course, add in, which I thought I took the top off. I'm one-handing it. Y'all know I'm going to add some sweet potatoes in there. Always, always sweet potatoes. It's my favorite. I don't care what it is. If I can add a sweet potato, I'm going to add it. Hey, Dee Dee. So I'm adding in some sweet potatoes. Did you try the
Oh, the lasagna, yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So, sweet potatoes, sweet potatoes. So got those cooking in there. And we got the mushrooms, the sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes are roasted sweet potatoes. I had already roasted them in the oven. I always keep handy dandy sweet potatoes. They are always available 94% of the time. I keep mine available, okay?